survey the entire city for office space, permanent office space, from July 1 going forward. But in the interim, in the near term, starting from this vote tonight and going forward, the city has provided for us, to say this for like the 10th time, free space in the Cadillac Tower at no charge to the commission. That's already been paid for through the remainder of this fiscal year. And come July 1, this commission will make a decision on whether to remain there or whether to go somewhere else based upon recommendations from the staff. You have other matters to your report?
No, I substantially covered everything that I wanted to cover under the report, and I ask that the commission approve the report in its entirety, as well as specifically the report, the resolution that allows for us to open up a bank account.
Commissioner, Mr. Satchel, do you have anything to report today?
No, I do not, Mr. Chairman.
The chair will entertain a motion to accept the report from the executive director.
Mr. Chair, I move that we accept the report from the Executive Director, Gregory Hicks.
And is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and supported. Additional questions or comments?
Mr. Chair, I do.
Commissioner Blunt.
It seems to me that back in late January, early February, we established a housing committee.
That's correct.
Who is on that committee?
That committee is made up of Commissioners Robinson, Commissioner Ford, and myself.
So I would think that any questions with regard to the lease would be handled by that committee, and any questions regarding how much the city owes or pays for that would be handled by that committee?
That would be correct.
Thanks.
Mr. Chair, may I respond as a member?
Commissioner Robinson.
Those questions were asked. As a member of that committee. Okay.
Ask of the
Gentleman over there, Mr. Hicks.
No, I'm asking the questions of the committee.
Yeah, I'm a member of the committee, and I asked those questions during the committee meeting. You got no answers.
But I guess I assumed it was the responsibility of the committee to get those answers.
Yes, I asked.
It is a responsibility, Commissioner Blunt, and certainly Mr. Hicks will get the information regarding the square foot of the space, what the city is paying in rent or lease to that space, what provisions might be in the lease. But for purposes of a decision with regard to where we move now to the end of this fiscal year, they're irrelevant. They're only relevant going forward for our permanent space. And so certainly Mr. Hicks had the opportunity to do that.
No. The other question,
Commissioner
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Robinson.
During that meeting, I asked who owns the building. Is there, I'm told there's Farm Management Company. They manage the Fisher Building, I believe. Thank you.
Okay. We appreciate that. We appreciate that additional information. Other questions or comments from colleagues? Commissioner Johnson.
Thank you, Chair. In regards to the building for the taking of the proceeding, I think I've heard you say that the invoices are from the Department of Water and Sewerage, right? And it's my understanding that that is a free enterprise agency. My experience with Corporation Counsel tells me that that money is always separate from the general fund. So whatever money is expended by that department, which is not part of the general fund, we have to reimburse them for their expenditure. So the invoices that we receive from the department, I think they came from the department themselves, not from these gentlemen. And it would reflect their actual cost of having to come and take the proceedings forward. Is that correct? Right, thank you.
Yeah, Commissioner Davis.
Yeah, to the executive director, are we going to go through the procedure of putting together the RPs so we can start the procedure?
Through the chair, yes, we are going to go through the procedure. What I am asking, we're trying to bring up an office. We're trying to bring up an operation where there has not been an operation before. This is not like a regular city department that has been around for any number of years. We have to create our own institution. So I'm begging for some indulgence on the part of the commission to allow us the kind of flexibility to be able to open up and create an office that you can operate from. And part of that would be the issuing of, would be drafting, coming to the commission for approval on RFPs and so forth. But it's quite frankly in my, let's say, stack of things that are on my desk that I do not have, it seems to me that I ought to resolve that issue before I get into some of these other issues, and that's what we're trying to do.
Other questions on the motion? Other questions or comments on the motion?
Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Hare.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just as a comment, one, I'm very concerned, one, that we're at a point of hiring staff. We need to get in operations mode. I want to encourage this body that, however, all commissioners' concerns are relevant to this process. And I don't want to alienate anyone's opinion, but can we in some formal way get the ball rolling so that we can have our administration in place to carry through the business, but at the same time adhere to some of the commissioners' comments as far as transparency and our ability to conduct business in a way that the community is aware of expenditures and invoices and vouchers or whatever may require us to come to be into business. I would like for us to expedite that, and I'm just expressing my concern, Mr. Chair, that we move forward because this is hindering the public from moving forward for what we were elected to do.
We are headed into our fifth month, and we do not have a space for the public to come and visit us. We do not have phone numbers. We do not have letterhead. We do not have chairs and desks for you to come and sit down in and be a part of this process. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, is what we are attempting to do by moving this process forward. And this motion tonight will move us further in that direction. All those in favor of the motion submitted by Commissioner Coleman and seconded, please indicate by the sign of aye. Aye. Opposed?
For the record, Robinson, no.
We have 1 no and we have 8 yeas. Next item on the agenda is the committee report. The office committee report, Commissioner Ryan. Commissioner, you want to give the report? Vice Chair Ford will give the report for the Housing Committee.
I will offer the office site location housing committee report. The committee met on March 16th at 5 p.m. at the Colony Young Municipal Center Committee of the Whole Room. Members in attendance were Freman Hendrix, myself, and Commissioner Robinson. The 2 action items up for tonight are 1, to authorize the staff to immediately move into the city lease property located at Cadillac Towers, Suite 3210, because use of such space is provided at no cost to the Commission for balance fiscal year 09-10, which ends June 30th, 2010. That's the first action item. The second action item is to direct staff to identify options for permanent office space for use fiscal year 2010-2011, which begins July 1, 2010. And the staff should identify and explore options, including but not limited to KMAC, Cadillac Towers, other city-owned or leased properties, community centers, centrally located properties within the city, universities, and neighborhood locations outside of downtown Detroit. That is the report of the
Vice Chair Ford, KMAC is?
Colony Young Municipal Center, City County Total.
All right, it's suggested there are 2 action items. The Chair will entertain a motion for the first action item. Commissioner Ford.
I move that this body authorize staff to immediately move into and to incur attendant expenses to set up office at city lease property located at Cadillac Towers, Suite 3210, because use of such space is provided at no cost to the Commission for balance year fiscal year 09-10, which ends June 30th, 2010.
Is there support? Second. Been moved in second. Discussion. Commissioner Robinson.
For the record, do you hear me? Yeah.